We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington football team. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You can't get past me. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Washington. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson going to tuck it down to the option. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Let's go.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Panthers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
5-yard pickup on the play, and it's third down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Mayfield looks to throw, and the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 3rd and 2, Jackson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Dancing to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 32 on the play.
15-yard line.
On first down, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't it? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson,
and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 3 yards out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. He's got his tight end, Anthony Firkser. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Panthers nothing.
On on second down, Williams takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Number 30, Jamal.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third down.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 4th down. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That good for 19 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. They can also get downfield and catch the football.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. A big seam, and he might go all the way.
That's what it is, baby. That's
and
what
he
it
will
is.
bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Washington 28, Panthers nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken right around the 44. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Washington. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
At the 16-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson forced out to his left. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
And it's up and good.
Makes this Washington 35. Panthers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina.
Mayfield's
Robbie Anderson, as the first half is winding down.
Carolina.
As they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jackson buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
18-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Mayfield to the right side, and he's got more complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They go play action. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Mayfield now from the 50. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Check.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Flushed out right. And this is caught. He hits more. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Anderson a 1st down and more. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 13-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And he's got it up and through.
Makes this Washington 35. Panthers.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
43-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Jackson from the shotgun.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First down, Panthers.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Being chased out left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Right here, guys.
1st down, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down, Carolina.
Let's go. Hey, alert 33. 51's Mike. Mike 51. Hurry. 51's the Mike, boy. 51. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
From the gun, Mayfield. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And now nothing but green ahead of him.
Greatest show on earth, baby.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Santos now to add the PAT. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42.
Mayfield's pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it, rolling to his right. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Today's finals, Washington 6.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up.